Good morning, beloveds. We're getting ready. Everybody hear me okay? Casper's down by my side. Mountaineer's down by my side. Getting ready for Coffee with Casper. Good morning, good morning. All right, 1 minute to go. Here we go. Here we go. Hearts are flying. Good morning. Remember, if you get here before 8:28, I'm not here. You got to find it at 8:28 or after that. And we get rolling at 8:30. Trying to keep it solid to 20 minutes. Got some fun stuff to talk about today. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Nice to see you. Good morning, good morning. People coming in from all over. Let's see, we had some Africa earlier today. Hi. Let me know where you are so I can say hi. Some in Oregon, I think. Nice to see everybody. Morning from North Carolina. Good morning, good morning. Hi, hi, hi. Got good stuff happening today. Well, thank you. It is my birthday week. Thank you for noticing that. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Well, good morning, Casper. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Now you can come up. Come on. Up here. Oh, you're so big. Oh, come on. Oh, there. There's a big boy. Here's the Casper. Can you say hi? Can you come up and say hi? Oh, you're so big. Look at that big boy. That's a big boy. Good morning. So Coffee's out having Casper. Coffee's having coffee. Coffee and Casper. Anyway, we're all here together. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Let's everybody take a hi from all over. I see these nice people waving in. Lots of love to you. Thank you, my beloved. Oh, I got a Casper schmutz. Let's everybody take a deep breath in. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Judy. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see everybody. Let's take a deep breath in. Let that breath come up into your heart center. Whew. And let it go. I'm going to give you one of my favorite affirmations written by the nice philosopher Ernest Holmes. And it goes like this: good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It crowds itself against me. It flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself around me. I'm grateful this is my truth. Hola, Chicago, and I let it be. So I wanted to talk to you, all of us, a little bit about the law of what I call the law of too much good. And the way that that works is, hey, welcome from San Diego. The way that that works is the law of too much good is that we all have a subconscious belief about how much we deserve, about how much love we can have, how much joy we can have, how much fun we can have, right? This is happening at the subconscious level, and we get to that level where we're getting the good that we think that we subconsciously believe is our limit to the good. And then when we get there, if we don't work on it, we will get pushed back from that place. You know, we'll out be having a wonderful day, and you've sat on the beach, and you're in Hawaii, and you've paid for this trip, and now you're sitting on the beach under your umbrella, and you've just been waiting to have this pina colada, and wow, it's all so good, and it's all so great. And then you go, whoa, what did I do to get this good? And then they bring the pina colada, and it spills all over your brand new bathing suit, and you see, I mean, something will happen that will interrupt that good because we have hit the level that we think is our law of too much good. And now we're in this really big challenge, which is the headlines are, summer is here, people are going out all over, and the first wave of the virus is still present in the world. And so now go, oh, I thought I was going to have a good summer. I thought my life was going to get to move forward. I thought human beings were collectively working on being connected and related to love and kindness. and then we see upsets in the world and continued divisiveness, and all of this is the sign that each in our own world, meaning the consciousness that we're creating inside ourselves, has reached a level of tolerance of the good. That's why I love this affirmation, and it is an affirmation that we can use all the time. Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good. Because what that is referencing is your divine inheritance. The reason that I call you my beloved and that you are the beloved is because God, that which is source, the universe itself, through its perfect intelligence has brought you into being a human being in expression. Now, that human being is born in the image of God. That's the line that we were told from all kinds of scriptures, that we're born in the image of God. And if we're born in the image of God, and God is infinite good and infinite love and infinite beauty and infinite harmony, then you and I are entitled to infinite good, infinite love, and infinite harmony. I'll tell you a story. A few years ago, I have an old boat. My partner and I have an old boat. And the old boat had broken down many times, a single-engine boat. And the run from where the boat is in San Diego to Catalina, Avalon Harbor, the island where we have summer adventures and had rented a house. In fact, we're doing it again this summer with my family. Was 68 miles away, and the boat had never made that single run of 68 miles on the open sea without something happening, it breaking down, electronics, a short, whatever. And then you're stuck at sea, and you have to wait for basically the auto club of the sea, and that takes hours to get rescued, and then you have to get towed, and your trip isn't going to work, and anyway, it's a mess. So if the boat doesn't work right, and you're on that kind of adventure, your flow is not going to be correct, right? Things have to work right. So we'd been working on prepping the boat and getting it right and convinced that we could really make this journey. And I was nervous. I was a little still afraid. And here's the other idea I wanted to bring in today. When you set an intention, when you have a goal, when you begin to visualize what it is that you want the outcomes to be, you are moving consciousness in that direction. You're beginning to call the forces of the universe to create whatever it is where you're dwelling, right? So here I wanted to be in a situation where I was not dwelling on the fear and was dwelling on this beautiful adventure that we were taking off with my family and my partner on the boat, and this 9 hours at sea and all of the possibilities. And when that happened, I kept trying to be affirmative. Remember, we talk about being positivity, right? I know good and more good is mine. I deserve this good. We're going to have a beautiful vacation. I kept going in the affirmative side, and still underneath there was this, I hit my law of too much good. This might be too much good, yeah? And so I then said to the universe, I need to know that things are okay and that the journey is going to go safely. And then what happened, right at that moment when I said that, dolphins started jumping all over the place. Dolphins, 10s and 20s and 30s of them jumping and then following the boat and being in the bow of the boat. And all of these dolphins in their joyous celebration were greeting us at sea in this endeavor. And not very long after that, there was a giant whale, not a gray whale, which would be typical in these waters in Southern California Pacific. This was a giant whale, and it was 60 feet long, this whale. And the boat's 34 feet long. So, but he was on the surface of the water, and he was just staying there, he or she. And we began to approach very slowly to get a good look at this big giant whale. And the big giant whale waited and waited and waited till the boat was maybe 100 feet away. And then she just very gently went down and she was gone. But she let us see her. So the dolphins came up and they let us see him and played in the joy. And then the whale revealed itself. And then a little later there was something floating in the water, something very bizarre. It looked like it was a dead fish or something upside down. And we took the boat over a little bit to see what it was. And it was a blowfish who had blown himself all up and was sitting on the top of the water. Obviously something had been chasing him from down below. And then when the boat got close, the blowfish sort of basically deflated and then swam away. So Jesus, the great master teacher, said, you know, if you do not see signs, unless you see signs and wonders, you won't believe. But that's how the universe works. When you set an intention, when you begin to ask for what it is that you're looking for, if you begin to seek that good, and that good is good for you and good for everybody who's affected by it, then that good is rightfully yours because you are the image of the One. You were born already beloved, already deserving all of the goodness of God, all of it, right? So it is, what's happening is that we, as we are waking up, as we are becoming more in tune, as we are realizing that indeed, because you are here listening, because we are birds of a feather, we are vibrating at a certain level, everybody who's watching this video and who will ever watch this video, we're vibrating together. And what we are people who've come into the awareness that there is this one source, that we are directly connected to it, that it is infinite in its potential, and that there is no limit to the good that can be revealed by this self, because God is love, and the reason God created everything in creation is because it loves itself. It's self-evident. It wanted to see itself, experience self, be conscious of itself, and that's you and me. To the degree that we can be grateful, to the degree that we can remember that we're connected to all of life, to be remembered that everything we do affects the whole field, this is what's happening. This is what's happening to us. We are light workers. And this scary time when you're reading the newspapers and watching the news, and you're aware of all of the scariness in the world, between the economy, and maybe in your world it's very scary right now, between the economy and your family and this virus in the field and the numbers not moving the way that we would like it to, just shake our heads and disappear and be gone. No, even in the midst of the storm, if you are choosing what it is that you want your life to be, if you are knowing and working with God in a sense of affirmation, in a sense of forward thinking. When I say working with God, it's working with your own thinking, because you are connected to the universe. What you think about comes about, right? So the place that we're putting our attention most of the time, it's not every little scary thought is going to turn into reality, but we need to make sure that the majority of our attitude is creating what we want. You want more love, more life, more joy, more wisdom, more freedom, more patience, more sense of safety, of divine protection. All of those things are going to come to you to the degree that you ask for them. Remember, we talked about this several weeks ago. That wonderful statement from Jesus, ask and seek and knock, is not, it wasn't meant for the Jews, it wasn't meant for the Gentiles, it wasn't meant for the Romans. He was a teacher in the world, showing those who had the ears to hear or the eyes to see how the world works, that we're not a victim of circumstance, that we are co-creators of the circumstances in which we are immersed. And so if we don't like what's happening in our lives, or if we don't like the living in fear, or we don't like the loneliness, or whatever the issue may be, or even the fear of your money, or making your rent, or making your mortgage, whatever it is, or maybe your job is in jeopardy in these times. So many things are happening in the outer world that we need to know that when we focus our attention on what it is that we want, and that means you have to block out the outside world and begin to create within your own consciousness, what would you like your life to look like? How would you like your love to rise up? How would you like it to flow out into the world? When it's happening, for example, this last Father's Day, I had my children, my grandchildren, 2 of my grandchildren were visiting the other father. So everybody wasn't there, but they'll all be here this week for my birthday. But that sea of love, and how joyful we are together, and how much that love is constantly flowing out from each of us, the kids and the grandkids and the family, that level of joy is what I want. That's what I mean. That's, to me, real wealth. And so you dwell upon the real wealth. You dwell on the enjoyment of the real wealth. You dwell on what I can create going forward for the family as being together and our beloved friends. And right now you can't gather with more than 10 people. So you want to see it all the way through. What's going to be when we're clear? How is it going to be to have a great reunion with all my friends and have an intimate party of 15 or 20 of your best friends? Wouldn't that just be extraordinary? And you can begin to create that, or even people you love and expect and admire, and how can you get around them, yes? This is all something that we're creating in our own consciousness, and that's the asking. If you don't draw away from the world and begin to ask the universe. Now, personally, I think it's a good thing if you can become personal with the universe. Very often when I'm shopping in the market, I'll be talking what looks like I'm talking to myself, and I'm talking to my beloved. I'm talking to the I am presence of my high self. And so I'm looking, my wife wanted some kind of Ortega chilies that come in a can, and I didn't know where they were in the market, and I usually know where things are. So I'm standing in the market asking my beloved, okay, which way do I go to find what section these chilies are going to be in? And then right then, the clerk walks right by me, just as I was asking. There's the clerk. And I said, by the way, where would I find this? He says, oh, just down here on the right side to the right, I'll show you. And he just walks me right over there. It was an answer. It was an answer to my question that was happening in my own consciousness when we talked about synchronicity, the occurrence of events which appear to have no direct relationship. But since everything is related, and everything is connected, and everything is happening according to that birds of a feather idea, the vibrations that I'm creating are attracting to me those of like vibration and in similar circumstance, and they are all working together. So everybody is attracting their own birds of a feather. Birds of a feather flock together, yes? Everybody's attracting their vibration and where they like to be, but is everybody working on raising their vibration? Is everybody working on asking for what they want and then seeking, moving in the direction of what you want? And then when you move in that direction, there will be signs and wonders. There will be whales and dolphins, or breezes, or birds, or a hummingbird, or an animal, a cat. It could be one of your beloveds in your household, a child. Something will always begin to show up as a positive sign that what you're asking for, what you're intending, is coming your way. And the more that we work on clarifying in our own consciousness what it is that we would like to draw for us, what are the feelings, what are the qualities, what is this sea of love that I would like my whole life to be. And well, I can handle it for a day, but can I handle it for 3 days, or can I handle it for 4 days? We're all going to get to the place where we're tolerating our bliss, and then we go a little farther. We get to our own law. Remember, this law of too much good is something each of us have created inside. There is no limit to that good, but somehow we've either gotten beliefs that we were taught, or we got stuck in a belief system that is holding us back, and we're not moving forward. It's because we've come up against our own belief system about how much good there is. How good could God be? How great could the flow of abundance be? How easy could it be to attract that which is what you mean into your life? But you have to know that you're deserving. You have to know that you are asking, that you've taken the time to clarify in your own consciousness what it is you're wanting. What are you wanting as we emerge from this cocoon? What are you wanting as the world wakes up? Do we want to go back to the old status quo, or do we want a world that is more loving and more compassionate, a race that is kinder with each other all around the world? And again, we begin to see, as we know from our own experience, that we're attracting in our lives a lot of this, right? But still, there's no limit to that good. And are we willing to just continue to expand the good, to make room for a greater and greater good in our experience? Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel this good. I experience it. It flows through me. It multiplies itself around me. See, there's so much good that we can allow it to multiply around us and bring good to others, yes? good and more good, no limit to the good. I'm directly going to Source to have Source open my mind, open my consciousness, free me from these race beliefs in limitation and sickness and disease and war and selfishness. I could release all of that and come more and more and more into a divine flow. Wouldn't that be the way to go? Divine flow as the way to go. Good and more good is mine. So this week, work on your consciousness. Work on expanding the level of good that you're willing to accept. Work on expanding the level of good you're willing to anticipate. Make room in your awareness for a greater good. Make room in your awareness for a deeper connection with Source itself, because you and Source are together forever. You and Source are building this relationship forever, and that's why Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist, said, what's the greatest challenge in the human condition? He said the greatest challenge is tolerating your bliss. Yes? So let's each of us work on greater good, allowing no limit to the goods in our lives, expecting the victories to come out as we emerge, and expecting the world to be a more compassionate, loving, interconnected, consciously interconnected and interrelated with all humanity, and indeed the earth, who has been waiting for humans to wake up. That she will take care of us, and we will work with her to take care of her. This is a new day in the human condition. It's a new day in your life. It's my honor and privilege to be with you this week. I'll be with you next week, Tuesdays at 8:30 Pacific time on Coffee with Casper. Please share the video with anywhere you know it might make somebody feel better and bring some empowerment into their lives so that their good can increase, even as you're working on increasing your good. There's no limit to this good. It's already given by the Most High. You're already tuned into it because here we are vibrating together, and now we can grow together and expand together and make the world, bring forth a world that truly works for everyone. Thank you for sharing your light in the world. Thanks for being with you. Thanks for being you, and I love being with you. We'll see you next week right here on Coffee with Casper. Where's Casper? Come here, big boy. Come here. Where are you? Wait. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, he's so big. Oh, my goodness. Bye for now.